FPS gamers are a wild breed, aren't they? We're the kind of folks who'd rather nail a headshot from a mile away, argue about the best loadout in the Discord, and spend hours perfecting our aim just to flex on some noobs. We live for the chaos, the clutch moments, and the sweet, sweet sound of a kill streak. Hey, what's good, gamers? It's Game Review here, and today on our channel, we're diving into the top 10 FPS games of 2025. Hit that like button and subscribe, it really helps keep this channel alive. 1. FragPunk. Kicking off our random list is FragPunk, a 2025 arena shooter from NetEase that's like Valorant and Overwatch had a baby who grew up playing Uno in a cyberpunk arcade. This 5 volts, 5 FPS mixes fast-paced gunplay with a card system that lets you spice up matches with wild effects. Think spawning a turret, boosting your speed to Sonic levels, or dropping a meteor on your enemies' heads. The neon-soaked visuals pop like a glow stick rave, and the soundtrack's got that synthwave vibe that makes you feel like you're in a sci-fi flick. Steam's early reviews are at 80% positive, with X posts hyping clips of players chaining insane card combos, like turning a sniper rifle into a one-shot kill machine. I had a blast sprinting through maps, popping headshots with a speed boost, but the card system can feel like a slot machine. Sometimes you're a god, other times you're stuck with a dud card like plus 5% reload speed. Balancing issues at launch make matches feel like RNG roulette, and the learning curve steeper than my panic when I hear a grenade pin. Community feedback on X complains about matchmaking lag, but the core loop's addictive when it clicks. B tier, a chaotic twist on arena shooters that's fun, but needs some patches to be a true champ. 2. S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2, Heart of Chernobyl. Next up, S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2, Heart of Chernobyl, a 2024 release that feels brand new in 2025 thanks to major performance patches and content updates. This open-world FPS drops you into the Chernobyl exclusion zone where you're dodging mutants, navigating deadly anomalies, and picking fights with factions who'd rather shoot than talk. The non-linear story lets you carve your own path, with choices that hit harder than a radiation storm. The visuals are so stunning, think foggy ruins and glowing anomalies, that I forgot how to blink for a solid hour. Steam reviews are at 85% positive after 2025 fixes smoothed out early bugs, and X posts are flooded with screenshots of eerie landscapes and mutant encounters. The gunplay's weighty, with every shot feeling like a life or death decision, and the survival mechanics, like managing radiation or ammo, keep you on edge. I spent hours stalking through radioactive forests, heart pounding as I heard a bloodsucker growl nearby, but the lack of co-op or multiplayer limits replayability compared to squad-based shooters. X fans call it Fallout with better shooting, but some Steam reviews gripe about occasional crashes. S.T.A.L.K.E.R, a haunting masterpiece that's pure immersion for survival FPS fans. 3. I Am Your Beast. Clawing its way to number 3 is I Am Your Beast, a 2025 indie FPS that's like Doom and John Wick got lost in a forest and decided to wreck everything. You play Alphonse, a rogue agent tearing through enemies with guns, knives, and raw, animalistic speed in a gritty comic book art style. The movement's so fluid, sprinting, sliding, and vaulting that I felt like a parkour god, and the combat's a satisfying mix of headshots and brutal melee takedowns. Steam's rocking 90% positive reviews, and X posts are stuffed with clips of players knifing goons mid-air. The campaign's short, clocking in at about 5 hours, which left me hungry for more, but replayable missions and global leaderboards keep you chasing high scores. I loved chaining combos in a snowy forest, but a co-op mode would have been the cherry on top. Community feedback on X praises the responsive controls, though some Steam reviews mention the lack of weapon variety. A tier, a feral blast that's a few extra missions shy of S tier perfection. 4. Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Landing randomly at number 4 is Call of Duty Black Ops 6, the 2025 entry in the franchise that's like the Energizer Bunny of FPS. It just keeps going and going. It's fast food gaming, greasy, satisfying, but you've tasted this burger before. The campaign's a cinematic roller coaster with explosions that make Michael Bay jealous. Zombies mode is a chaotic riot with the squad, and multiplayer's got guns so balanced they could teach a yoga class. Steam reviews sit at 78% positive, and X is buzzing with Warzone integration. Hype players are hyped for cross-progression, but in 2025, it's the same run-and-gun recipe with a new sauce. The microtransaction store's more aggressive than a chopper gunner, with $20 skins popping up like loot boxes in my nightmares. I had fun racking up kill streaks for a weekend, but by Monday, I'm uninstalling to free up space for something fresh. X posts complain about recycled maps, and Steam reviews call it Cody on autopilot. D tier, fun for a quick bite, but stuck in a time loop of 2020 vibes. 5. Splitgate 2. Splitgate 2, a 2025 release from 1047 games, portals into number 5. This arena shooter takes the portal-hopping madness of its predecessor and cranks it up with slicker gunplay, new maps, and faction-based abilities that add spice to every match. It's like Halo and Portal had a love child raised on Red Bull. Steam reviews are at 88% positive, and X-clips show players pulling off insane flanks, like portaling behind a sniper for a point-blank shotgun blast. The learning curve's forgiving for newbies, but mastering portals is a skill-me-first match had me portaling into my own grenades like a total noob. Matchmaking was spotty at launch, with some X-posts griping about long queues, but the core loop's addictive, with every match feeling like a highlight reel. I spent hours perfecting portal tricks, but occasional lag spikes broke my flow. Steam feedback praises the free-to-play model, though some want more map variety. A-tier, a fresh spin on arena shooters that's so close to greatness. 6. Atomfall. Atomfall, a 2025 release from Rebellion Developments, stumbles into number 6. This FPS blends survival and exploration in a retro-futuristic British wasteland, like Fallout meets S.T.A.L.K.E.R with a side of 1960s tea and biscuits. You're unraveling a mysterious disaster, mixing gunplay, crafting, and eerie detective work. The quirky aesthetic think robots in tweed jacketsis a vibe, with Steam's early reviews at 75% positive and X-posts hyping the atmosphere. But the gunplay feels floaty, like I'm shooting with soggy toast, and the survival mechanics scavenging for ammo or food can be a grind, like raiding a post-apocalypse Tesco for beans. Launch bugs, like clipping through walls, don't help, though patches are rolling out. I enjoyed exploring the foggy moors, but the clunky controls had me raging. Community feedback on X loves the story, but Steam reviews call for better optimization. C+ tier, promising, but needs some serious polish to shine. 7. Killing Floor 3. Killing Floor 3, a 2025 release from Tripwire Interactive, crashes into number 7 with a blood-soaked bang. This co-op FPS turns zombie slaying into a gory art form with waves of Zeds that make Left 4 Dead jealous. New weapons like plasma rifles and mechs, plus upgraded visuals, make it a spectacle. Think blood splatters in 4K. Steam's early reviews are at 83% positive, and X-posts are flooded with clips of squads mowing down hordes. The progression system's a grind, with unlocks that take longer than my last Wi-Fi outage, and solo play feels like signing up for a meat grinder. With friends though, it's a blast. Nothing beats torching a screamer with a flamethrower while your buddy screams over voice chat. X feedback loves the co-op, but Steam reviews mention repetitive missions. B+ tier, a gory good time that's a blast with the squad but falters solo. 8. Mullet MadJack. Mullet MadJack, a 2024 release with major 2025 updates, struts into number 8 like a cyberpunk rock star. This roguelike FPS is a 90s fever dream neon visuals, synthwave beats, and a 10-second per level mechanic that's pure adrenaline. You're Jack, rescuing influencers in a cyberpunk skyscraper, with every kill adding precious seconds to the clock. Steam's rocking 97% positive reviews, and X is buzzing with clips of players chaining combos like it's an arcade high-score chase. The 2025 updates add new modes, survival, boss rush, and weapons, but the difficulty's so brutal my fingers filed for workers' comp. I'm addicted to dodging lasers and headshotting robots, but the high skill ceiling can feel like a punch to the face. Community feedback on X calls it retro perfection, though some Steam reviews want more story depth. A+ tier, a retro rocket that's nearly perfect but not quite S tier. 9. Doom, The Dark Ages. Doom, The Dark Ages, released May 15, 2025, smashes into number 9 with the force of a chainsaw shield. This prequel to Doom Eternal mixes medieval carnage with futuristic firepower. Think mace-launching shotguns and dragon riding in a Lovecraftian hellscape. The combat's a symphony of chaos, with glory kills that make you feel like a demon-slaying demigod. Steam reviews are at 92% positive, and X is flooded with montages of players shredding demons. IGN and GameSpot gave it 9/10, calling it a genre-defining banger. I've lost hours ripping and tearing, and my only complaint is I want more levels to slaughter. The community loves the new weapons, though some X-posts wish for multiplayer. S+ tier, a medieval mayhem masterpiece, that's the FPS GOAT of 2025. 10. Metal Eden. Rounding out our random list is Metal Eden, a 2025 FPS from Iguanabee that blends Doom's intensity with Ghost Runner's parkour. You're slashing and shooting through a sci-fi city, using energy cores to power up weapons or zip through levels like a cyber ninja. The visuals are sleek, and the movement so smooth I felt like I was in a Tony Hawk game with guns. Steam's early reviews are at 87% positive, and X posts hype the fast-paced combat. The campaign's solid, but the story's thinner than my patience in a laggy lobby. I loved parkouring over enemies for a headshot, but some levels feel repetitive. Community feedback on X praises the mobility, though Steam reviews note occasional bugs. A-Tier, a sci-fi speedfest that's a few tweaks from S.T.A.L.K.E.R. There you have it, folks. My top 10 FPS games of 2025, ranked from meh to mind-blown based on community hype and my own trigger, happy adventures. From Valorant's sweaty esports to Left 4 Dead 2's zombie-slaying glory, there's something for every FPS fan. But I want to know what you think. Got a different ranking? Think I'm sleeping on a hidden gem? Drop your list in the comments below. I read every single one, I swear. If you love this video, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more gaming goodness. Stay fragging, stay awesome, and I'll catch you in the next one.